When a Shaliach and his or her family are packing their life in Israel and move to a community, they find themselves in an interesting spot. On the one hand, we're immediately immersed into the communal life and acquire tons of new friends. On the other hand, we're literally one of a kind. Now, we're not tourists because we're only here for a couple of years. We're not Americans, even though our life is here now, even though temporary. We're not Israeli Americans either, because we have a one-way ticket back to Israel with a concrete date on it. So we don't really have long-term plans for American future. So there's really no one in the community to relate to. But I've just had an opportunity to learn about the legacy of the Shlichim in South Jersey who were here before me, decades before me. So one day I'm at the JCC gym, true story, and I'm approached by one of the instructors, Liz Green her name. And Liz asked me, "You're the Shaliach, right? I saw your picture on the billboard." And I say, "Yeah, that's me." And Liz goes, "I'm friends with the children of a Shaliach from the 70s. Tzafrir Anbar his name. I even traveled with them to Israel and stayed with their family for a year. And we're still friends after 4 decades." And then Liz tells me that Tzafrir, the Shaliach, who was a talented painter, has passed away a few years ago, and his family would like to do an exhibition of his paintings at the community. And I'm thinking to myself, yes, of course we're going to do an exhibition, but also, isn't this powerful that a Shaliach program has such an impact? Decades after decades, people remember and care. So I just had to find all of the Shlichim from the recent and distant past, back to the 70s, and ask them a few questions about their time in South Jersey. Well, my fellow and distinguished Shlichot and Shlichim, let's start from the basics. What was the most memorable moment from your Shlichut in South Jersey?
The most memorable moment from our Shlichut was when our JCC junior varsity basketball team won the New Jersey State Championship. I think we beat Bayonne at their home court. And then a few days later, we were all dressed up for a banquet at the JCC with trophies, plaques, and jackets sewn on our backs. Those jackets, I wore it every day, even in the summer.
Avi, how about you? What was the most memorable moment for you?
We heard about the festival for the 30th anniversary of the State of Israel in this community. We came 4 years after that, and people here still talked about it with a great pride. So I said, we have just 1 year to celebrate the 35th anniversary, but this time as an event which will tell the story of Israel as our living past, a biblical land. With my excellent partner, Avi Dekter, we pushed all the community to volunteer in the afternoons, at the evenings, and with this huge help, we create an impressive event. Thousands of visitors enjoy the exhibit, the shows, the conference, and the lectures. As one wrote, I wish Philadelphia will be able one day to raise such a success as the Our Living Past Festival in Cherry Hill.
Galen, what kind of impact you think you had?
One of the projects with most impact I did in the community, I think, was a weekly class to the leaders of the community, teaching about all aspects of the Israeli society.
Ali, that's definitely a beautiful view of the Mediterranean Sea, and I heard that you had quite an experience in your Shlichut.
In my Shlichut was a very unique story. When a mother from southern New Jersey stepped to my office at the JCC, and she came to me and told me that her son never met his father. She met his father in Israeli kibbutz, and she came back to the States. The son was born, and he never met his father. So she asked me if I can find his father. Probably he's living in Israel. After 48 hours, with very small information about the father and the kibbutz that they stay, I finally found his father, and I asked the mother and the son to come to my office, and it was the first time that they spoke together. And I also organized a flight ticket for the son, and he flew to Israel and met the father. It was a very emotional moment for me and, of course, for the family.
Or how about some funny and impactful stories from your shlichut?
The funniest moment that I remember from my shlichut was when during the first few months Ellen Respler so proudly presented me and said, "I'm so proud to present our new Shaliach, Ora Hayun." And eventually I told him, "Ellen, listen, I'm a shlicha and I can prove it." These 3 years in Cherry Hill had a big impact on my family and myself. And we have memories even until now. And I really would like to thank everybody in this great community for giving us the sense of belonging. Love you.
Udi, has anyone ever misinterpreted your title, just like in Or's case?
Back in '96, when we celebrated what we called Jerusalem 3000, I came to one of the Jewish geriatric house and gave a presentation, and I was like in flame, I was full of enthusiasm, talked about the history of the city, about the meaning of Jerusalem as the capital city of Israel, and almost near the end I was almost sure that all the audience are with me. And so really admired by my presentation, one of the people over there raised his hand and said, "Excuse me, who are you?"
Nachum, who are you and what do you remember the most from your shlichut?
My name is Nachum Katz. The most memorable moments from my shlichut were the first Tzahal Shalom delegation of Israeli wounded soldiers, first Yom HaZikaron memorial service at Temple Emmanuel, the young Maccabi Shlichim, the dance troops that we brought to the community, writing articles to The Voice with my dear late friend Harriet, teaching at Michlala, and of course the declaration of the Nachum Katz Day by Honorable Mayor Susan Bass-Levin, the mayor of Cherry Hill. Among the many funny and sometimes embarrassing moments that we had, one that I most remember is the phone call that I made to coordinate the final details of our coming to be guests in a family for the Seder Pesach. And we were together with our kids and with my parents, in-laws, and we were preparing, and I was coordinating the time of arrival and the exact address, just to find out that we were invited to the second Seder and not the first one, a Seder that we didn't even know that exists.
Sarit, any special memories from your shlichut?
Part of my work for Israel at 60, I was really excited to introduce to the lifelong learners 6 sessions in 6 decades, where I've shared not only the wars and the threats that Israel is also so known for, but I was sharing music and theater and arts and inventions, and I'm really proud of that project.
And let's not forget other shlichim who served in South Jersey. Rivka Hadass, the very first shlicha from 1971 to 73, and then Tzafrir Anbar, whose son Shai we've interviewed in the beginning of the video, and after him Shaul Gilad from 1978 to 1980, still remembered for his Israeli singing and dancing activities, and from 1999 to 2001, Leo Rappelbaum, and he sends his regards.
Regards to all my friends in Cherry Hill, Southern New Jersey.
Well, that was an insightful retrospective, and if the viewers remember our shlichim and would like to reconnect with them, please feel free to reach out to me. I'll have the contacts in the description below. And of course, everyone is invited to attend the JCC-based colorful exhibition of the multi-talented Israeli Shaliach and artist who inspired this video, Tzafrir Anbar.
בדרום, בצפון או במרכז, שכרנו קצת שמיים, דמעות